Look, I know that you like to watch movies too, and I know that you like movies with your canine friends, but trust me, this one, not for you. Pet stars Doninic, Monaghan, Ksenia solo, and is directed by Carles Torrens. So guys, I'm gonna say right up front, I'm a sucker for good abduction thrillers. Split was a good one recently, and from looking at the poster for Pet, I really had no idea what the movie was about. I did hear tell of it in certain horror circles, so I checked out the trailer, looked interesting, and I noticed, oh, this is an abduction movie, so I'm gonna check this out. Also guys, before I get into this review, this movie has some huge twists and turns in it. So much so that I feel like I have to talk about them, but I'm gonna talk about them after the rating. So you're fine up until the rating, but after the rating, you're definitely gonna wanna get out of here and go watch Pet and then come back and watch the review. So Pet is about this guy, Seth, played by Doninic Monaghan. He works at a local animal shelter, but that does play a big part into the overall plot of this movie. But he's really a loner, and we've seen this type in movies quite a few times. Taxi Driver comes to mind, but he develops kind of an obsession with this waitress, Holly. So much of an obsession that eventually he abducts her and keeps her in a cage. And really at face value, that's what this movie is about. I'd say throughout most of the movie, she is in this cage and he has these kind of psychological quid pro quos with her. But let me tell you guys, at face value, Pet looks like just any other abduction film. But this is anything but that. Writer Jeremy Slater has taken a tired premise and really turned it on its head, offered some really interesting ideas with not only Seth, but also Holly. And really, that's as far as I can tell you. But let me just say, I was completely invested in this movie from start to finish. The twist in this movie happens really early on. I'd say like at the beginning of the second act. And I like that, you know, I like that this isn't one of those movies that you have to wait until the very end and then the twist is revealed and you're like, holy shit, that was amazing. No, you're gonna say holy shit like early on in the movie, and then you better hold on because it's a ride. And you're still unsure because there could be more twists along the way. Also, have to give huge props to Ksenia Solo, who plays Holly. This character has to go through quite a bit in this film, and she has to pull out some pretty impressive acting chops for a lot of those scenes. And without getting into any spoilers, this is a character that is much more than what you would suspect by looking at the trailers, and very interesting. And on the other side of that, I have to give Doninic Monaghan, who you will remember from Lord of the Rings, the TV show Lost, also a great part of this movie. He is that character that is completely obsessed with her. So much so that he is willing to take her hostage, which is completely insane. And there's so many different elements that you could add to a character like that. And I think he gave this character something different than we often see. He genuinely is obsessed with this person. And he's patiently obsessed with this person. He toys with her. He'll come in and just give her food and water and then leave without even saying much of anything to her, which I found really interesting. Now, as far as any cons, there is a scene that's felt kind of too much at the very end. It's kind of tacked on. And this is kind of low budget. I mean, not all of the actors are like phenomenal, but thankfully Doninic Monaghan and Ksenia Solo, they carry the heavy weight throughout. But as far as a rating, guys, I would definitely say check this out. I checked it out on Amazon, rented it for like $5. Would definitely give it a purchase worthy. Really fun little thriller. Now, we're gonna get into some spoilers because like I said, there are some crazy things that went on in this movie and I have to discuss them. First off, let's talk about the character Holly. Not at all what I thought she would be. She had this roommate Claire at the beginning of the movie, and then very early on we realized that Claire isn't real. She's kind of a figment of Holly's imagination. Claire was a person that was actually cheating on Holly's boyfriend. They got into this car accident and Claire didn't die, but Holly took it in her own hands and was so mad at her that she killed her anyway. And then from this point, she develops this psychopathic behavior and she just goes on this killing spree. And so Seth sees this and he captures her, and he's so obsessed with her that he doesn't want to turn her in. He wants to fix her, make her better. And so throughout the rest of the movie, he is trying to do that. And I love that back and forth between these two characters and how she was trying to play him. And of course she uses her sexuality to do so. But if you didn't have two capable actors that were completely invested in these two roles, it could have fallen apart, but those two actors did such a great job. Again, especially Ksenia Solo. I mean, she really knocked it out of the park, I thought. And as far as the one con I was talking about, it goes so far to the point where when she escapes, we think that she kills Seth, but in fact she keeps him alive, kind of mutilates him, keeps him in the cage, you know, for God knows how long, and that's the end of the movie. I didn't think you had to tack that on there. I think you could have just had her kill him and then that'd be the end of it. And what's even more interesting is that she ends up staying with her boyfriend. So pretty much the bad boys always win in the end. Anyway guys, that's it. That is my review for Pet. Definitely check this out if you haven't, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Also look for future reviews of Blackcoat's Daughter, Hellraiser Bloodline, and I'm really excited for this. I'm gonna jump back on my Halloween Revisited series, and we're gonna do Halloween 2 from 1981. Looking forward to delving deep into that one. And if you don't know what Revisited is, that's where I take a review that I did early on in my channel and I dig really deep. I crack it open, I talk about some scenes that I really loved. Usually these Revisited reviews are 10 to 15 minutes and I have a blast doing them. So anyway guys, make sure you check me out on social media at Drumdums. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all that you guys do for me. Anyway guys, have a great day, and Drumdum out.